Hey folks, if a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? This is actually a relevant question for marketing because if you run an ad and you can't measure the results, well, you're out a lot of money and you don't really know if you're an effective marketer. But take a look at the clips and see what I think. Failing to measure. If you didn't measure it, it didn't exist. Imagine you have a great big advertisement up on a billboard. The ad starts running and your sales increase. Clearly, the billboard was a great marketing idea, right? Wrong. You have no idea whether the billboard spiked sales or whether something else did unless you somehow measure. For example, if you put a unique phone number or web address on the billboard, or promised a discount for mentioning the billboard, asking customers, "Where did you hear about us?" The fourth mistake many marketers make is to complete a marketing program and realize that they have no idea if it worked or not, or how to improve the marketing program next time. What you'd like to know about any marketing program is how many people who became aware of you through that program went on to eventually buy something, as opposed to the number of people who became aware of you through other more or less expensive methods. So take the time to prepare. Remember, if you can't measure it, it doesn't exist. So how do you set up measurements appropriately? We need to understand what to measure, build ways of measuring the marketing programs, and then change one variable, one aspect of each program at a time. Then repeat and remeasure. So step one, let's understand what to measure. And always measure the program's linkage to sales. Do you really care about cost per person lured to your storefront, or per person who buys something from you? It's usually the latter. Too many marketers become enamored with the number of leads generated. While it's important to track all points in your funnel so you can understand what's efficient, the absolute metric is not about how many leads you generated, it's which marketing programs resulted in sales. So step two is to build ways of measuring into your marketing programs. If you're asking people to call you, set up a specific phone extension. Asking them to email, add a special email alias. Business cards, use discount offer codes that are different on the back of each card or different colors for different events. All of these are low-cost or free things to set up and enable very quick tracking of your marketing success. But they all require you to build the measurements in before you start sending those emails out or handing out business cards. Did you forget to build in program management? Well, no worries, you can always do a post-program survey, the basic "how did you hear about us?" Although those will be biased to the last thing the customer heard, the last way the customer heard about you. Lastly, most important thing to remember is to change one variable, one aspect of your program at a time, then repeat and remeasure. Did your billboard not generate replies? Change the design or the location, but not both at once. And track each stage of the program. A basic Microsoft Excel spreadsheet will work fine, so that you know which people clicked on your email and who returned with which business cards. Correlate or simply chart the results, and patterns will emerge. Hey folks, we're back. So once again, we're talking about this theme that marketing is both an art and a science. And here's part of the science. The science is measurement. Again, do one thing at a time, have a way of measuring it, whether it's a response code or a different backing or a different variable, and then try next thing. Don't try and change too much. Don't do it without measuring. But let's talk about this in class.